Konnichiwa, and welcome to the 280th podcast of the Rowan Anime Group. My name is Robert Clyon. I'm currently the president of this group. Today we're going to do a little retrospecting about what happened this past weekend with me at Carolina Anime Day, and also to what's going to be coming up as far as upcoming events with the Rowan Anime Group. Now let's get on to the retrospecting. After I had gotten done with my podcast with Axel, which you can now see at the 279th podcast of the Rowan Anime Group, we spoke a little bit about conventions. Now, there was a convention in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, probably about around 1996. It was called Alliance Trek. Now, it had a wonderful guest list. John Delancey, who played Q, Robin Curtis, who the actress who was in Star Trek 2 and 3, also two guest starred in one episode of Babylon 5, and also two appeared in Star Trek The Next Generation, was there. Conan Meany, who played Chief O'Brien, Michelle Forbes, who played Ensign Rowe, and then later on would be in the new Battlestar Galactica series as Commander Kane, was at this event. And also too, Spike Jonze, who was a Klingon in one of the Star Trek movies, I think it was number 5, was there as well, along with the other one, can't remember his name. He was also too in Star Trek 5. The sad problem of it is, with that convention, and why it didn't go over too well, was advertisement. They didn't put enough time and enough money into advertising, or else that convention would have really taken off very well. The problem and that's a problem, you have to advertise in order to tell people that you're having a convention. And it's very difficult to put on one. In all the years that I have been going to convention, and I've been going for now for 30 years, I've never heard of a convention ever raising a membership or getting people to be part of a group. Because some groups will go and they say, oh, let's put on a convention, we'll raise our membership and we'll get exposure. Well, that's a good idea, but there are better ways of doing things. In my book, it'd be easier to go and set up at a convention and have a booth and pass out flyers and tell people about your group. Another way would be also to sponsor your own little membership drive and not try to go too much into debt with that membership drive. Those seem to be more effective than trying to put on a convention. So I was talking to Axel about this, and I told him about conventions that didn't do so well. I remember one convention, Conspiracy. It had a $5 cover charge. It was a very nice event, but it only drew in about maybe 150 people. And I was set up there as a new president of another group called the Cliffhanger Society, which is no longer around. But it was a nice little show. And then there was Ballad Trek, which was also a very nice show that was happening on Labor Day weekend. They offered them a nice deal, but I've only known one convention they ever do really well at on Labor Day weekend, and that would be Dragon Con. And that was even before Dragon Con even started having Labor Day shows. But that is only the only exception to the rule. If you try to have a Labor Day convention around here, wish you the best of luck. Your attendance ain't going to be all that great. A lot of things goes on Labor Day as far as in the state, and you're really up against a lot of competition. We did talk a little bit about Ichiban Con 3, which will be coming up this January. I'm hoping to do panels at that convention, and I did drop off flyers at Ichiban Con 3 at that convention, and also passed out to some new people. I'm hoping that they'll show up at that convention for this coming January. But conventions are very hard work. You really have to work at them, sometimes a year in advance, and you really need to really get the group to back you up and do the convention if you want to pull it off. Now, I did a convention one time called Microcon 1 and 2. Now, 2 was more like a little mini con, and we had a nice turnout. It was free and open to the public, and we had 100 people, which is not bad. And also, too, I had help from a local comic book store that used to call itself Friend and Foe. It's no longer in business. And that was back in 1996, and it was the last thing I did as president of the Cliffhanger Society. Was my swan song. We also showed Tomb of the Cybermen, and because it was just recently found, and that was a good way to end finally stepping out of fandom for a little bit before I became president of the Cliffhanger Society. Not the Cliffhanger Society, before I became president of the NC Rowan County Anime Group in 2003 as co-president. Well, our next event that we are going to be hosting will be on October the 15th. Meet us at Woodley Flames for a yard sale from 7 to 10. Now, if it rains, forget about that yard sale. Now, October the 19th, meet us at the Rowan Public Library main branch from 6 to 8. And we are going to see Else Otherwise. Now, October 30th, pardon me, October 30th at the Salisbury Mall, we are hosting a crossplay event from 1 to 5. We're going to be giving away prizes and hope that you can come and join us for that event. November the 19th at the Landis Public Library, we will be at that library from 2 to 4 watching the Horse Orin High School. Our good member Tasha Decker picked out that anime, and I'm looking forward to seeing it because I've never seen an episode of it. Well, I hope that you enjoyed watching this podcast today. So take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.